Well, it's the beginning of the fruit season here. This is morning time, just before the sun pokes through the gap between the clouds and the mountains. These are the Rocky Mountain bee plant. And these are known to attract bees and repel deer and other types of animals. In the early morning, they seem to be resting or sleeping or something on these flowers. They are docile. They don't move. You can shake the limb and they don't care. They really do seem to be sleeping or resting on the flower. I think this one's just waking up and going to work. Now here we have a Gen Z bee. And as the sun comes out, they all really get to work. Now, right this minute, they don't mind me photographing them or being around or close to them at all. They're completely preoccupied with the nectar from these Rocky Mountain bee plants. In a week or so, as these flowers die down and they've done their job, they get a little bit more aggressive because I don't know, maybe they seem to know that the nectar is, in the final stages of production, but they become more aggressive and it's more difficult to harvest the fruit. On our university agriculture extension website, they show these plants as being typically around 3 feet tall. And in the locations I usually see them around, 7,000, 7,500 foot elevation, MSL. They say that they typically grow around 3 feet tall, and that's correct. That's usually what I see. But in my situation, where they're in a fertile garden environment, these will grow 6 feet, 7 feet tall easily. They're far above my head and much greater in number with the blooms, with the flowers. So I thought it might be interesting to show some of this. It's fun in the morning to watch. They, I don't know if they sleep on these things and wake up. I don't know how it works, but they are very impressed with the nectar that comes off these flowers. And they probably make a very tasteful honey. I know one or two of my neighbors have hives. And I'm, of course, thinking that that's where most of these insects come from. And I'm happy they're here. I know it sounds like I'm at the end of a runway here. I'm actually not, but I think I'm definitely in the pattern. As full sun and morning arises, they are very busy. And, it seems to me like every flower has one or two honeybees on it. Come on, focus. I quickly looked up online and found that Lewis and Clark documented these in their expedition. So they're nothing new. They've been around for quite a while. Now, initially, I didn't know about the benefits of these in the garden. My main interest was to photograph them. I thought they were quite beautiful, and I wanted to see if I could grow them in my own garden so I could get a nice specimen of a flower to photograph. I didn't know about the rest of the benefits. And at the time, I was learning Z-stacking or photomicroscopy, and it was an interesting thing. And so I attempted to grow these. So these are just a few of the images that I've taken at very close level. This basically with microscope objectives rather than camera lenses, and with a process called Z-stacking, which is very interesting and fun to do. And then I learned later of the benefits of having these plants in the garden. I thought it might just be interesting to show. This one was total luck capturing while I was trying to figure out how to activate the focus tracking on a camera that I'm not familiar with. And I eventually gave up and just reverted back to old school, and was lucky enough to capture this little sphinx moth. And of course, this is the reason for all the effort and the benefit. So I hope you enjoyed this. It was just a fun video for me. And if you did, I thank you for watching. Have a great summer.